Let's turn to weather now. That's some big changes in store for the next 24 hours. But the big story is the rain that's starting this weekend.
And Chief Meteorologist George Lessons is over in the Weather Center, and we're talking about a lot of it, aren't we, George?
There is a lot of rain coming our way this weekend, but we do have at least some dry weather that's moved in. The big story today, of course, is the change in temperature. It has cooled off into the 40s now after reaching the 60s very, very early this morning. That represents almost a 30-degree temperature difference. It certainly is back to winter jacket weather. The winds have been a story here today. They gusted to almost 50 miles an hour at times this morning as the cold front approached, but after the cold front has gone through, the winds are still up around 20 to 30 mile per hour wind gusts. They'll gradually die down after midnight tonight. A couple of sprinkles of rain not out of the question this evening, but a dry day coming up here tomorrow. But look at all the rain that's in the forecast for the weekend. This is starting Saturday night through Monday. Some areas here in West Michigan will see at least 2 to 3 inches of rain, and some areas could see up to 5 inches worth of rain. So the main weather headlines are heavy rainfall event from Saturday night through Monday, and again up to 5 inches is possible. National Weather Service is advising those folks that live along small rivers and streams to monitor the rivers and streams very carefully because they'll come up very quickly, and that'll be on Sunday and Monday. And of course the rivers will be rising all next week. They may not crest until next weekend. We'll show you the hour-by-hour forecast for the weekend a little bit later on. Well, you warned you it was coming. Colder weather here today as temperatures have been falling all afternoon. But at least the 13 weather ball tonight is red. Warmer weather ahead. Back to average temperatures here tomorrow into the 60s. And this view brought to you by Countryside Greenhouse of Allendale. We said we had a high of 64. That was up until about noon today. And then falling temperatures all afternoon. We were actually at 65. So we started another 3-degree accuracy streak here today. Tomorrow we're going to see a lot of cloud cover still around. It may take a while for our skies to brighten up, but once they do, I think the sun will come out and temperatures will be up into the low and mid 60s, and the winds will be a whole lot lighter than they are right now. Outside, we've got a lot of cloud cover about the area. There are still some sprinkles of rain across the lake, but if they do come on shore, they'll be over the northwest counties here this evening. For the most part, the winds will also come down, but the temperatures are going to stay in the upper 30s and low 40s overnight. And then will stay cloudy, but eventually these clouds are going to break up and head on up north into Canada, along with the really cold air. Look at the temperatures back on the other side of the lake, 20s, 30s, and 40s, at least with a southwest wind. That cold air is moving away from us. Once the sun comes out tomorrow, we'll be back up into the 60s. All eyes are on the weekend then. We got a big storm system coming into California, big jet stream digging down. It's going to start to bring up a lot of moisture starting on Saturday afternoon and Saturday night. It's going to be off the Gulf of Mexico for a couple of days, and as the storm system passes to our west, we will see all rain with this, and it will rain very heavily, especially starting Saturday night through the early part of Monday, and then we just stay cold behind this as another trough of low pressure moves on in. At least that'll be coming down from the north. That'll keep us cool but dry for the second half of next week. But the big story is the rainfall that is going to be moving in starting Saturday afternoon and Saturday night. This is the global forecast system model. On Saturday night alone, we could see 1 to 1.5 inches worth of rain. Sunday itself, another 1 to 1.5 inches of rain. And Sunday night, it won't quit. And into Monday, these are the actual storm totals from this next storm system. 2 to 3 inches across much of the area, some spots as much as 4, and that may lead to some area flooding, especially along the rivers. So keep an eye out for that. Get out and clean out those storm drains if you can before the rain settles in here during the day on Saturday. Other than that, we're looking at a dry night tonight, a dry day tomorrow, partly cloudy skies, mid to upper 50s north, low to mid 50s down south, a much lighter onshore breeze than today. Up north, you'll be around 60 to 64. The winds will start to pick up a little bit more in the afternoon up north. Very good visibility though, and from the greater Grand Rapids southward, we'll hit the mid 60s with that sunshine coming on out. Right now, the only river flood advisory is in the Grand River in Ionia, but expect a lot more of these next week. A mix of clouds and sun tomorrow, a lot lighter southwest wind, and sun coming up there at about 6:41. You'll need your sunglasses at least in the afternoon. You'll need your umbrella and your arc then, I think, starting Saturday night through Monday. Highs over the weekend, 50s on Saturday, 52 Sunday, and that will be late in the day, and then back into the 60s briefly Monday. 13 on target forecast. A scattered shower, but cold again on Tuesday as the coldest air comes overhead. And then a warm up next week will stay dry Wednesday through next Sunday, and highs eventually climbing back to average by May 7.